Welcome filmmakers, fans, and friends to Indie Cinema Showcase, your #1 source for filmmaking, conventions, and everything in between. I'm Christina Carmona.
And I'm Nando. Together we'll be bringing you the best and brightest that Florida has to offer with a focus on Central Florida.
In today's episode, we'll be speaking with filmmaker Ashton Bracciodieta and checking out his new film called String Out.
We'll also revisit some of our past events and check out what films you should see before you die.
All right, let's get things started. While hanging out with a friend for lunch, a man discovers he is a character in a badly made film by a self-indulgent and narcissistic director. For today's Show Us Your Shorts film, we present String Out, directed by Ashton Bracciodieta.
Never saw someone so happy for lunch.
You kidding me? I'm starving. As you can imagine, I didn't get much sleep last night. I've been up since the butt crack of dawn. I've hardly had anything.
Yeah, I wonder why.
She was... Hey, not that I'm complaining.
No, I imagine she is. No. What do you got going on for the rest of the day?
Oh. Well, I have to go into the office today. Apparently there's some files that have to be correlated today. You should have seen me when I got that call. I was literally like...
I wish I was on that call. Guy must have peed his pants. No, what's wrong? Oh, was this too spicy? I didn't think I put that much in. Josh, you're scaring me.
You weren't moving.
What?
You weren't moving.
What was I doing? Sitting there with a fork sticking out of my mouth? Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Look, have you ever known me to make up something like this?
Oh, it was the time you came in with that
Okay,
pan.
this had nothing like that. Look, 1 minute, you were frozen and you weren't moving like at all.
Okay. Take me through this step by step.
Okay. I was telling you about the call I had. And then the next thing I know, you were frozen.
For how long?
Well, not long, a minute or so, but that's not...
Hey, you'd think it was the food. You know what? I never tried this recipe before, and maybe it didn't pair up that well with the rice. You know, maybe I should have... Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're standing up. How are you standing up?
Well, what did you do?
Do?
Your position changed.
My position?
Yeah, and you had a fork, and now you have a spoon.
Fork, spoon. I mean, what's the difference? What do
You are not listening to me. 1 second you're frozen, and then the next second you're changing positions in thin air.
Freezing?
Yeah, I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I did. Literally like a second ago.
I would have known if you said that, but you didn't.
What?
And what about this change of position thing? How did I do that?
I don't know.
You know what? Why don't you just sit down and eat your food?
Walt? Walt? Walt?
Hey, honey. What's wrong this time?
Who the hell are you?
Me?
Yeah?
Gloria, your wife?
My wife? Look, lady, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. But, I mean, we're not married. Here, look.
And there he is.
What's going on here?
Well, your wife is about to make lunch, if you're that curious.
I wasn't wearing this a minute ago. I wasn't wearing these.
Oh, really? And what, pray tell, were you wearing?
But you saw me a second ago. In other clothes.
Can you stop with the storytelling for once? And just let me know if you want lunch, too.
I was having lunch with Walter.
Walter?
Where is he?
Honestly, I have no idea who Walter is.
Hey, honey. What's wrong this time?
Stay away from me.
Hey, honey.
What's up? What's going on?
All right, answer me this one question.
Just one.
Yeah. What's this film about? Just this quick synopsis.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, isn't it?
I asked you a question. What is this about?
This
Tell
is
me.
going to be a cutting edge
Oh
film.
my fucking god. You know what? I'm done.
What do you mean you're done?
This movie is shite.
This
But you
movie
won't
is
listen to-
what?
It's crap. It's garbage. What? I don't even understand what he's doing. He's looking up at the sky screaming for what?
Do you have any idea what I've done?
Nothing. You walk around this place
see
like
this? Do you
I
see
don't really
this?
care about
Do you
whatever
see
this garbage
Do you
is.
see
It's
this? Do you see this?
I
Do you
see it, but I
Are you deaf
refuse
or
to
you just
accept
can't
it.
hear? Which one is it? You pick. You see this? Do you have one of these?
I've worked with Steven Spielberg, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Denzel. I mean,
I really don't care about those people. I don't even know who the hell they are. Doesn't matter to me. I just know that I'm putting a masterpiece together. Now, this right here is my award. Do you see this freaking award? This award right here. Do you want me to read this to you? This says, look, we're going to read it together. Look what it says. What does it read? What does it say? Can you see that? Ghost App. Do you know what that is?
it's a film, I assume.
Absolutely. It's a...
Your name's not Ashton, though. And you're not the cinematographer. You're a director. Where do you get off thinking that you're this awesome human being and you think you're making art? You're making crap. I don't even understand what you do because this is pure
This is not
garbage.
shit.
Yes, it is. You have 3 actresses playing the same role. What? I don't get
That's
it.
the idea behind the film.
What?
Yeah. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be phenomenal. I mean, look at it. Look at him. That guy right there. I forgot his name. He's kind of pretty good-ish. Like you. You suck, but you're here because I'm giving you a shot, man. I'm your ticket to the next project. Did you know that? One day you can do this. I know you can. I see it in you. I don't know what I see, but I think I see it in you.
This is.
You just...
No. Oh, well, okay. I'll just stick that there. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, so I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's I quit. You suck.
Our next guest has always had a fascination for filmmaking ever since he saw his first film, the 1933 King Kong. In his 20s, he took up filmmaking as a profession, and his journey has taken him from producing several films to even teaching filmmaking to the next generation of filmmakers. So, for today's Industry Insight, we sit down with Ashton Bracciodieta. Hey guys, in the studio today, we have someone who is very familiar to us, Mr. Ashton Bracciodieta. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It kind of feels weird to say that to you.
It does.
Usually you're the one behind
I feel
the cameras.
really out of place.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be on the other side of the camera?
Weird. You're in the hot
But I'm
seat now,
cool at the
buddy.
same time.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm part of the clique.
We're gonna probe you now. Not in that way. We're gonna.
Well, in that
dive
case, you know, excuse me.
So dive deep.
Let's start that again. We're gonna find out more about your background. So
Yes.
So tell us.
Take it away.
I mean, we've known you for a long time now. Tell us a little bit, like, how did you get into filmmaking?
Well, I got into filmmaking actually. I always had a creative drive in me, even when I was little, but I didn't know where it should be channeled. So when I finally got out of high school, I went to community college and I tried out every little thing you could think of, you know, music, painting, but I didn't really find my niche. And then finally one day when I was getting a haircut, I saw an ad for Full Sail University for filmmaking, and I thought that was it. And I had always watched movies and enjoyed them, and I thought maybe that was my path. And funny enough, it took the passing of my grandmother to finally, you know, kick things into high gear for me to actually pursue that path, and here I am now.
Here you are. And what kind of films do you lean more into when you create your films?
I like science fiction, but I haven't really done one yet, just because it takes a lot of effort and, you know, skill set to be able to do that. I've been leaning more towards dramas lately.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of comedy, but, you know, it's not. I'm trying to get a little bit better with that.
Yeah. Branch out
I
a
think,
little bit.
yeah, branch out. You know,
Yeah.
like most filmmakers try to branch out, try to find other, you know, genres that you can do.
Now, have you been able to like actually do some networking and actually collaborate with some like other like filmmakers, or actually like even working with students like up and coming filmmakers as well?
Oh yeah, I absolutely have. You know, since I graduated in 2008 from Full Sail, I've collaborated with a whole bunch of filmmakers, especially with students that I've had since I'm an instructor for a film school.
Yeah.
Right now, I do that, and I've actually collaborated with them, and I keep in contact with them.
And what's that like teaching?
It's very rewarding. You know,
Yeah.
it's the age-old thing. It's very rewarding when someone really wants to learn, wants to improve their skills, wants to succeed. You want to help them on their journey.
Yeah.
And it's really fulfilling to see them grow.
As a teacher, is there one particular thing that you try to impart on your students before they leave? Like if there's only, like you say, if there's one thing before they leave these doors that I want them to always remember about filmmaking, what would that be?
Well, there's actually two.
Okay.
One,
Okay.
you're never going to stop learning. You're always going to learn no matter what, because there's always going to be, you know, updates to the technology, to the skills. So you're always going to be learning that. And secondly, even if you're not particularly skilled at one area, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be aware of what goes into it.
Yeah.
So like a really good example is like when my class had makeup class, I mean, actual prosthetic makeup and everything. Right. We were all like, we're not here for this. Where's the cameras? We don't care about this. And our instructor just looked at us like, yep, here we go again. And he told us, listen, just because you're not here for makeup, you have no interest in it, doesn't mean you shouldn't be aware of the process that goes into it. And lo and behold, who got the last laugh? He did.
Yeah.
Because I was working on a film one day, and they were having an issue with the ball cap, saying it's going to take this amount of time. And I remember from that class saying, no, it's supposed to take about this amount of time. So I don't understand why it's taking so much longer.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go. I wasn't planning on makeup, but I knew the process involved.
And it's always good knowing, I mean, even if you're not like a professional at it, knowing everybody's job in a way, because there's a lot that people could say to you on set that you should probably know. Like, we'll fix it in post. Never mind. Wait, no.
But can we fix it in post? Or are
Right.
you just saying that? You know?
You need to be able to speak to everyone in the different departments in their language.
Yeah, and know something about what they're doing, because that's going to make it, at the end, that much easier.
Because then you kind of become more like naive, and it's like, oh, anything, we could just do anything.
Right.
And if
Right.
you don't know where they're coming from, then you really just don't understand.
Right, and everybody is as important as everybody else, honestly, because it takes a
Exactly.
team to put a film together.
Oh, it takes a team.
So
we should know that.
We
Yeah,
definitely
we
should know
definitely know
that.
that, yeah.
So tell me about your latest project, String Out.
Well, String Out, yes.
Yeah.
That was a very meta film. And I just wanted to do something that was, you know, a little poking fun at, you know, some of the films that sometimes come out of the indie world. You know, some people, they think they make really good stuff, and, you know, sometimes it's not. It's kind of like the Tommy Wiseau kind of thing, you know, like The Room.
Yeah.
He thought he was making a serious drama, and then everyone was like, no, this is a black comedy. Then he turned around and said, no, that was the whole purpose. It was a black comedy from the get-go.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that was intentional.
Yeah. And it's doing really well.
It's doing really well, and the other thing is I'm showing it and using it for my students, for
that's
them to see,
wonderful.
so they actually can learn through the
Yeah.
whole filmmaking process.
And it's great to have an instructor that's still very much
Very active,
in
yeah.
the industry, because the industry is always changing.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of have to be on the up and up. You can't just like be stagnant.
Well, and the other good thing is that I'm getting really good feedback from them.
Yeah.
From they're an audience. Even if they're my students, they're an audience.
Right.
And getting the reactions of like, I think this could have been a little bit better, or this was great, or I love this idea, or wow. You know, it's really good, and that's helping me to learn. So I tell them, hey, you're not just learning from me, but I'm learning from you.
Mm-hmm. And now we don't really ever get to do this, like
know.
literally, because you're with us, you're on team.
You're always,
I'm always
Indie
behind the
Cinema
you're always
Showcase.
making us look good, you know, on
Yeah.
camera.
So what is
You know,
it like?
I try.
What is it like working on the show, Indie Cinema Showcase? And I love working with you.
It can be very demanding. It can be a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's very rewarding, and I'm working with great people that I care about, that are talented. Now that I'm done buttering you up. But really, I'm working with really good people. We work together extremely well, and I'm actually, you know, just like you guys, seeing all these new places that I've never heard about that I could possibly use maybe for, future filming.
Yeah, and that's the
You know?
wonderful thing about Indie Cinema Showcase. We are all filmmakers.
Yes.
And this is a film for filmmakers, by filmmakers, for people that love film and all those things that want to know, but then we're learning as we go.
As we go along, yeah.
Hosting this show, we're showing up at Western sets.
And actually, funny enough, when I was telling a student about a Western set, and he happens to be living in Florida, he was like, where is that? I said, I'll just show you the link. And I sent him the link for the episode, and he's like, I'm going there.
I love that. I love that. It comes full back around. So Ashton, what's next?
What's next? Well, I got two projects lined up. I got one that's called The Perfect Selfie. So it's kind of like a little horror, my first foray into horror. And then there's another project called Dried Up, which is more just recently thought of, and it's more of like a historical drama. It's actually around an incident that occurred with some slaves that were actually left on an island for 15 years, abandoned, and then finally rescued in 1776 of all years. So I figured, you know what, I need a challenge, and doing a historical drama like that is a challenge, and I think I'm up for it.
I know you can do it. We know it.
We absolutely. It's like,
We know it.
It's like we've seen your work. We know you do great stuff. So if folks want to find out more information or watch some of your projects, where can they go to?
Well, they can actually go to my Facebook, which is my full name, Ashton Christopher Bracciodieta.
Gosh,
There's too many letters.
I know, there's way too many letters. I can't help it. It's my mama. And they can also find me on IMDb, like you guys too.
Yeah.
I have my contact information on there too.
Honestly, where you can find one, you can find all.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Or just follow us whenever we're going on a shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I was like,
Yeah,
I think you need
stepping up
I
behind-
don't know who's manning the camera right now, because
Yeah, I don't know.
clearly you're not there. So
We
it's a
probably
good thing we have the
haven't
rest of the
gotten
crew.
any of the shots. I don't know. Like, no, we have
It
a
was an
good
invisible-
crew. We have a great crew here at Orange TV.
Or
so,
just like,
yeah. Thank you, Ashton.
thank you.
Now get back
Appreciate
behind the
it.
camera now.
All right, I'll get back there. Hold on. Oh no, I'm tied to
No,
the
you're
chair
touching
like
the chair.
you.
You can't go anywhere.
You can't. Yeah, no, that was great.
If you would like to be a guest, have something to promote, or have your film featured on the show, visit our website at indiecinemashowcase.com. Watch past episodes and help support the show by buying some merch on our online stores.
Follow us on our socials, Facebook at ICS TV, and on Instagram and X at ICS TV Show. You can also reach out to us by emailing us at icstv@yahoo.com.
ICS Fun Fact. Founded in 1912, Paramount Pictures is America's oldest existing film studio. It's also the last major film studio still headquartered in Los Angeles. The distinctive Paramount Mountain has been the mainstay of the company's production logo since its start, as well as the oldest. It has gone through many stages over the years, and the last time was December of 2011. Welcome back. Now it's time for our segment we like to call On Location with ICS. In this episode, we visit the film premiere of Crocodylus Mating Season. On a chilly Sunday morning, ICS was invited to the beautiful Enzian Theater for the premiere of the horror comedy Crocodylus Mating Season by writer-director Stanley Pomianowski. We asked Stanley and executive producer Michael McLaren about the film.
Crocodylus Mating Season is about a detective that's kind of bored at his job, and people start disappearing from these mysterious attacks, and he's hired by this beautiful woman named Allie, who hires him to look for her brother, who she thinks is maybe missing from these alligator attacks. He's very skeptical, but he goes on the case anyway because he's intrigued and he hears some interesting things, and lo and behold, he gets caught up when they accidentally release the Crocodylus monster, and it wreaks more havoc upon the town.
I was approached by Stanley last year to come in and help fund Crocodylus Mating Season. It's a parody on my original film, Crocodylus. That's doing extremely well on Amazon Prime. Got over like 4 million views on Prime. It's doing very, very well. And I had no hesitation but to jump on the project after I read the script. I also have a little cameo. I'm the salty sea dog, the pirate captain, which was a lot of fun. But I'm super, super stoked to be here and support Stanley and all the actors and cast crew.
Stanley approached me, said he had this script, had a part in mind for me, sent me the script, and I was really excited to do it. When I read the script, it kind of reminded me of like Airplane and those old kind of movies like that, and I hadn't seen anything like that in a while, and I was like, yes, I'd love to do it, and he offered me the part, and went from there.
She's just fun. Like, she's just a very sweet girl, and she has so much love in her heart, and she is out on this adventure that I think is kind of like the adventure of a lifetime for her. I think she's a big fan of like movies and the idea of being a detective, but she really has no idea what she's getting into. So she was a lot of fun to play, and I think she also, without ruining the movie, has kind of like a dark secret. So it's balancing that beautiful light energy with that kind of dark, sinister edge underneath it.
Hey, I played Dr. Cash Williams, who is a mad scientist. So the Crocodylus is my creation. Well, I inherited the Crocodylus, but also all the problems, and I run the laboratory that creates and tortures poor crocodile man hybrids. It's basically a love story. There's many themes of love that go through here, amongst all the death and destruction. The first two being the character that the private detective and his love interest, his femme fatale, and his problems with being able to commit into a relationship. And I come along as somebody that has a character by Crocodylus monster that helps to bring them together, and hopefully their love will flourish in the end.
As the actors and guests took their seats, special effects artist Alan Ostrander presented Stanley and Michael something they were not expecting.
And on the count of 3, if both of you would be so kind as to pull that little cover off. 1, 2, 3. We wanted to present to you your lead Croc and his love interest. Who gets who, you'll have to figure out, but here's something for your office and a thank you.
Afterward, the film was met with laughter and cheers from the audience in attendance. A great success for all involved. In closing, we asked the actors and director what they would like their audience to know about the film.
It's a nice mix of implied horror, a lot of parody comedy. If you like that type of dad joke humor, there's a lot of dad joke style humor. Stanley writes a very fun style of comedy that's really accessible across the ages. So it's very kind of, sometimes you groan, sometimes you laugh, but he did a really nice job putting a great script together for us.
I tell you what, I loved it. The jokes were, almost on top of each other. The story was continuous. It was very entertaining and extremely funny. Well done. A couple of very good performances. Jim Serrano absolutely killed. Chuck Fusca, very, very good. Vicky Smith, they had a small part, very, very memorable. I think the story carried itself throughout, and there's room for a sequel.
What I would say is don't take it too seriously and just feel free to laugh with it, maybe even at it sometimes, and that's fine too, because I'm a lover of films that are so bad they're awesome, and maybe that was my challenge, was to not try to make it bad, but just to make it as good as possible and still allow those moments of grace to myself of, hey, this is what it is, and I enjoy watching it, so hopefully everyone will too. So people can go to our website, crocodylus-movie.com, or they can find us on Instagram and Facebook, and in approximately May, we will be available on iTunes, the Apple Store, Google Play Store, PlayStation Store, and Amazon Prime for rental or purchase.
For our final segment, we check out what films you should see before you die. For this week's film, we travel back to 1957 for the film Plan 9 from Outer Space, written and directed by Ed Wood. The film's storyline concerns extraterrestrials who seek to stop humanity from creating a doomsday weapon that could destroy the universe. But as in any Ed Wood production, plot is meaningless. What's most important and most enjoyable are the scenes which boom microphones are clearly visible and prop tombstones shimmy whenever characters move their feet. Over 65 years have passed since the heyday of Edward D. Wood Jr.'s filmmaking pursuits, yet the man behind such misfires as the cross-dressing drama Glenn or Glenda and The Brides of the Monsters remain Hollywood's all-time worst director, and that's something to be proud of. If Ed Wood were still alive today, we'd hope that he'd feel a ton of gratification from knowing that all of his movies hold up as endlessly hilarious works of non-art, even though that's not what he intended. And that's why they work. Plan 9 from Outer Space proves that must-see movies don't have to be great, or even good. And that's why it is our choice for this week's film we think you should see before you die.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of ICS. We want to thank Ashton Bracciodieta for sitting down with us and Stanley Pomianowski for inviting us to his film premiere.
We hope you learned something new, saw something that you love, or got inspired to get off the couch and go make a movie of your own. Who knows? It might be good enough for us to screen on the next Indie Cinema Showcase.
And don't forget to follow us on our socials, Facebook at ICS TV, Instagram at ICS TV Show, and YouTube at Indie Cinema Showcase.
And if you want a chance to have your work, event, convention, or film festival featured on ICS, send us an email at icstv@yahoo.com.
Until then, the set is closed, and as they say in the film industry, that's a wrap.
See you next time.